Hey friends, and welcome back to my channel. It's Teresa here. Today I am working with the Color Rush Studio Bold add-on kit for October, and this is the layout I'll be creating for you. I have 4 photos, 3 smaller ones and 1 larger one from a day back in 2012 when we were at a farm with our church families. And for this particular story, I wanted to tell about Asher and her enjoyment of getting to pet these horses, these beautiful, beautiful horses at this farm. And so I've chosen just a few pattern papers. I've also cut out a bunch of the leaves and pumpkins from 2 of the pattern papers in this collection. And I want to use this beautiful green pattern paper for the background. It's just going to be a border, which I chose because I feel like it complements the grass in that larger photo. But then I've mentioned before how much I love this beautiful golden plaid. And so I'm going to use that as the immediate background behind the photos, and then a small white border around that. The 2 squares are 10 inches for the plaid and 10.5 for the white square. And so I'm going to go ahead and adhere these down. I'm doing a pretty basic grid layout, and tell me if you think this works or not, because I'm kind of experimenting with something. So typically with the hierarchy principle of design, the largest visual element or object will be the focal point. And certainly the horses make this beautiful focal point. It needed to be an enlarged photo to show this beautiful wide open space and how pretty they are. But there was also this kind of secondary photo directly down below in the center that shows Asher and this pure smile and joy on her face at getting to pet this beautiful horse. And so there are technically 2 main photos, a larger one and a smaller one. And so what I've done, here's what I want you to tell me if you think that it's possible to have a focal photo or a primary photo that's smaller than the larger photo. Tell me what you think in the comments down below. What I'm doing to help bring your attention to Asher's smile here is using this beautiful bracket word art, Hello Autumn. And notice how it points to both photos, the horse and to Asher and her cute little face. And then I'm going to add these pumpkins and leaves and these gorgeous embroidered flowers and leaves around that word art, so that the bulk of the embellishments are just going to go across the center of the page. And I have to tell you, after I created this layout, it occurred to me that this is probably one of the most square grid photos that I've ever created in my whole life. And even the embellishment clusters fell directly in the center of the page. Usually I don't do that. Usually I'm a little bit more off-centered than that. But I love, even at this stage here where I'm adding these embellishments before gluing them down, I'm so excited about it and how beautiful it turned out. The color layering is gorgeous. Choosing that green background paper is perfect for the background, and that beautiful plaid, that gold plaid, just makes me so happy. And then repeating this yellow through the embroidered flowers is just amazing. And what a fun, totally fun way to document this story. And I wanted to also say just about choosing photos in general when you have a day-long or afternoon-long event like this. I probably had, 50, 60 photos from this one event. And I narrowed this down to one specific story for one specific child. As you know, I document our 4 children and their childhoods and our family experiences. And so there were a lot of different ways I could have gone about this layout. But I knew that I wanted to create for Asher's album. And I had this great series of photos showing her petting the horses, showing these beautiful horses in the field, and overall pulling together a story. And then, of course, the fourth photo with the boys also petting the horses there. And this is one way that you can document just one story from an event, from a weekend, from a trip. Find a group of photos that just describe, in this case, we were probably there at that station with those horses 15 minutes. But the impact of this layout has the impact of saying, hey, actually, this was a really awesome 15 minutes or however long we were there, because look how happy Asher is and how much she's smiling and loving being with these beautiful horses. Okay, so everything's glued down, everything's in place, but I still wanted a place to add kind of where we were. Funny story, I don't actually remember the name of this farm, and I don't think that I was ever told. I don't know. That sounds weird, doesn't it? But I did know that it was with our former church family, and so that's simply what I journaled here for the journal spot. I cut out one of the tags from the cut apart sheet in the kit and added that at the top, along with a little hand cut leaf and the last little flower that I had. And isn't that perfect? It's just very simple, such a simple layout. so square for me, but really adorable. And then I also wanted to add the date. Of course, I don't know the exact date. Another funny story, this was taken with my DSLR before I used to set the dates. So I have no idea, but it was sometime in September in 2012. So that's what I'm going to stamp down here using my Heidi Swap roller stamp and masking off the day, since I didn't know that exactly. So that's all for today's layout. I will have links to the Color Rush Studio kits down below where you can subscribe. And as always, I will be back again real soon. Thank you again for watching. Bye-bye.